I'm Jano Lieber. I'm the MTA Chair and CEO, joined by Transit Bureau, NYPD Transit Bureau Chief Michael Kemper, Chief Mueller, who runs the MTA PD, and Pat Warren, our MTA Chief Safety and Security Officer. We're here just to make sure the public knows that while there is no credible threat, and the governor and the mayor emphasized that in their remarks, we have increased our presence at the major transportation terminals and throughout the transit system. Under the leadership of the NYPD, which protects the subways and does an amazing job, we are more visible and more prepared than ever. Emphasis on the fact that not only do we have the NYPD and the MTA PD, but at Governor Hochul's action, the state police and the National Guard are also present in major transportation facilities today. So again, while there is no credible threat and everybody is urging New Yorkers to go about their business, we are very prepared and very much deployed. One other point to be made is that we are increasing our messaging to customers about their own, what they can contribute, which is see something, say something. And that message, which always is in rotation on our screens and on our messaging boards, has gone into very heavy rotation today. New Yorkers, if you see something, say something, and we're conveying it to the traveling public. So with that, let me turn it over to NYPD Transit Bureau Chief Michael Kemper.
First off, good morning. Listen, we've said this for the last few days. We're well aware of the events going on around the world, and we say this all the time, public safety is our top priority. So although we are not aware of any credible threats toward New York City or the subway system included, just out of an abundance of caution, what you're going to see, and what you've probably been seeing the last couple of days, is that increased police presence in the subway system and throughout New York City, and that presence is there to deter anyone from even thinking of doing anything, and really to reassure the public that we're here for them. So with that, I'll turn it right back to
I just want to, before I turn it over, Mike, over to Chief Mueller, I just want to note that Chief Mueller just happened to be at a counterterrorism police convention in Israel on the day of the Hamas attack. He was in Ashdod, which is barely 10 miles away from Gaza. So I'm going to turn it over to Chief Mueller to talk about the MTA PD's deployment, including on the commuter rails. But I just wanted to note, thank you for your service and also for your courage, together with your colleagues in international policing at that moment.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So as Chief Kemper said and Chairman Lieber said, we are increasing our presence and our visibility. This is about giving a comfort level to our ridership. We will have additional assets that you will see, and we will also have assets that you do not see. And the public should know that we are managing and intaking as much intelligence as we can by the minute, and making sure that we have the right portfolio of strategy to keep our terminals and our subways and our commuter railroads safe.
Questions? Yeah. Hello. On LA, New York Times. Go ahead.
I've seen, some more police officers in Times Square, and I'm just curious, can you talk at any level of detail about what exactly is changing?
To be quite frank, not much is changing. Maybe an increased level to reassure the public. We do this every day. We coordinate with our partners at the MTA, Chief Mueller and I, between the NYPD, the MTA police. Chief Mueller mentioned before that there's going to be a uniform element to it, and there's going to be an invisible element to it also with plainclothes. So again, this is just really to reassure the ridership that we're here for them and to deter anything. So this is kind of business as usual for us.
I just want to add that as Chief Kemper made clear to me yesterday, you've got a uniform presence at a higher level than has normally been the case.
Yeah.
And so that people who normally work plainclothes desk jobs are now out in uniform participating in this action to convey a sense of security and also to have additional personnel available.
Yep. So let me just key on that. So really the only thing that's changing is just, like the chair said and what I said before, an increased level You know, it's all hands on deck. Whoever's working today in the NYPD is in uniform. This isn't secret. We spoke about this. You know, we were transparent about it. And this is all about increasing our presence and our footprint around the city, not only in the subway system, but around the city as a deterrent, and to reassure the public that we're here for them. No, we're not going to talk numbers.
All right, Roger Stern, 1010 Windsor. Yeah, hi. Can you, I know you say not much has changed, but maybe you can give us a little more specifics. What's going to look at all different to the traveling public?
Like I said before, what's going to look different is an increased level of police presence. Look, you walk around Grand Central, we have National Guard members here, brave individuals, right, New Yorkers. We have the New York State Police, you have the NYPD, you have the MTA, you have all these different agencies working together in lockstep. And again, this is what we do all the time, just an increased level of uniform presence in and around the subway system. Again, there are no credible threats, but to just reassure our riders and as a prevention method, that's why you're going to see this.
All right, Andrew, WNBC.
Two questions. One, on the idea of a credible threat, when you're 6 days after a terrorist attack in Israel, before which there was no credible threat, how do you explain to the public that there's no credible threat when you have Hamas through supporters putting out statements that today's a day of action and please show maximum aid?
Look, we have an incredible counterterrorism and intelligence division in the NYPD, and the New Yorkers should be count their blessings with that. We're in constant communication on the leadership team in the NYPD with our counterparts in counterterrorism and intel. And if something changes or if a threat they become aware of a threat, obviously we'll shift and we'll pivot. But as of right now, as I speak to you right now, again, we are well aware of the events transpiring around the world. We're aware of the events that occurred already in New York City. But there are no credible threats to New York City and the New York City subway system to inflict any harm on New Yorkers. Again, if that were to change, we would pivot immediately, and we have more than enough assets and resources to get that done.
And a quick follow-up with Chief Mueller, since Jano mentioned this, can you describe what was happening when you were in Israel, that close to Gaza on Saturday?
Sure. So the question was, the feeling that we had when this attack occurred on October 7th, and I think I would describe it with one word: surreal. So we awoke to air raid sirens early in the morning, and then there was heavy bombing. I think Hamas had said 5,000 rockets. I think Israelis looked at about 2,000 to 3,000 rockets. That went on for 4 or 5 hours. We were in the city of Ashdod, which is about 10 to 12 miles away from Gaza, so we were close. We watched the Iron Dome in action. We watched the Iron Dome shoot rockets out of the sky. We saw the incredible courage and support of the Israeli people, who were all there for each other, resolute, determined, absolutely horrified like the rest of the world, but absolutely resolute and supportive of each other.
Okay, yeah, Doug, go ahead.
Chief Mueller, did that experience give you at all a different perspective to coming back and dealing with what you're calling not a credible threat, but still an increased presence?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What the Israeli people are going through right now, we don't want ever to happen by any means or measure here in the United States. So law enforcement, federal partners, state partners, local partners, overseas assets are going to do everything they can to make sure that we have every bit of intelligence we have, and we're target hardened and we're vigilant and we're ready to go.
All right, Greg, go ahead. Greg Mocker.
You ask people to see something, say something. What kind of stuff should we be looking for? How do you get reported? And what are you going to do if you get a call? You could get a lot of someone seeing something they think is unsuspicious.
Well, listen, I'm gonna ask Chief Kemper to talk about how the NYPD evaluates things. But the bottom line is 911 is where those evaluations of the seriousness of any situation take place, and they are experienced. They do it every day, all day. So if God forbid there is a condition that is alarming or gives people concern about safety issues, call 911. That's always the first move, Chief Kemper.
So we talk about our partnership with the community and our ridership all the time, and we say that this is a team effort. It really is a team effort. And we ask if anyone sees anything suspicious. If you look at anything, unattended package, something that looks off to you in any way, we ask that you call 911 or you just find a police officer. Look, you're walking around, we're in Grand Central right now. There are police all over the place. Let an officer know. The officer will come and triage that device or that package. We have access to emergency service unit, bomb squad, God forbid, that they could come, triage it, and clear it. So I think the takeaway from this is if you see anything that concerns you, let us know. Don't walk away and second guess yourself. Let us know. Let us respond. Let us triage what that device is or what that package is or whatever the item is. And we have the assets, we have the officers, and we have the personnel to clear that item. So that's
they did in front of PIX this morning, Greg. Your security called them about a package, and they took care of it the same way that the chief was talking. All right, Evan, last question. We've got time for one more from the Daily News.
So you guys have said there's no credible threat. This is to sort of allow ridership to get more comfortable given the atmosphere. How much of this is based on intelligence versus how much of this is based on social media rumors, or is that not a fair distinction to make?
I didn't hear your question. I'm sorry.
Sorry. How much of this is based on intelligence, and how much of this is based on social media rumors that have been going wild, or is that not a fair distinction to make?
No, we base our deployment on a lot of different things. So I would say it's based on that and more. Yeah.
All right, anything else, Evan? Thank you.
I just want to emphasize again that you're not just seeing these two operations upstairs, State Police and National Guard. Governor Hochul asked them to join us at these major transportation facilities, and the riders are seeing it.
All right, thanks, everybody. Thank you.
What are the commuter railroads? Are they included? Will I be local?
All right, do
Yeah.
you want to take that? Because
Yes.
they were just upstairs looking at that.
Absolutely. The MTA PD polices the commuter railroads with support where appropriate from the NYPD, and we have very heavy MTA PD presence in the commuter railroad facilities throughout the system, especially at Grand Central, Madison, the Long Island Railroad Terminal, as well as Metro North.
Will they be riding the trains?
They're always riding the trains.
We are always riding them. We have train patrols. We've increased train patrols. And this, again, is an effort to ensure the public that we are where we need to be. We're actively managing this. They will be active. They will be engaged. And the commuter railroads are going to be well taken care of.
All right, thanks, everybody.